fires up, it'll say 16:45 or 47, something like that. Takeoff time 1600.
Roger.
If you've got a pen handy, I'll give you your time on target time.
In a second, let me just start this thing up.
There's no rush, we've got plenty of time. I've built plenty of time in it so I can get it right myself. Simon, your hook's down at the back.
That's sorted now.
No, your hook's still down.
Is that it?
No, it's still down.
Oh, I know what it is. It was down when I got into the aircraft.
Hear me, Yog?
Roger.
Yog, switch to two tanks. Two tanks. Take central tank off, put two wing tanks on. I'll explain later.
Roger.
Same for you, Simon. When you get a chance, centre line tank off, add two wing tanks. Mission clock time 15:49 now.
Springfield 2 checking in. So change to 2 fuel below. Right, okay. Bob, we got no other stores, yeah? Bob, I've Roger. Loud and clear.
Rearming complete.
Bob, do we have to load any waypoints? Bob, you are hearing me on SOS?
Negative, I'm stopping on
We're using TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak.
Okay, Roger.
Yeah, use TeamSpeak.
So Bob, we're not taking any stores, are we? We're just taking fuel tanks.
Just taking fuel. You might stick two 9 lemurs on if you want, just to make it cosmetically look somewhat like.
Roger that. Okay, I've got 1151 Zulu, 1152 Mark on my HUD.
Yeah, 11:52 and 9 seconds now.
Well, I've got 13, 14, 15.
16, 17. We're on.
Roger.
Simon?
Bear with
Bear
me,
with me, I'm just fixing stuff I have to do with my boy.
He's very
Very
good,
good, but I actually talked to him for a second, so I'm a bit behind. Mission time I have is 11:52 and 35 seconds.
The target waypoint is waypoint 12.
Roger, Roger. I'll set that up. Set. And time on target?
Time on target is 17:08:39.
Sorry, 17:08:39. That's 6 hours away. So it's 11:08:39, I think.
Takeoff time 1600. That's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but Bob,
It's a
where
1 hour
should...
10-minute flight.
Okay.
My clock's reading 11:53.
I can't help you there. I don't know why that should be. Do I
Okay.
set that at some point?
I think the time that you've set, because this is set when you set the mission, you set the time when you create the mission. So
Yeah, I've done that. That's 30. It's a 13:50 start time on the mission time, so we've got 10 minutes to load everything up.
right, so I think what you've done is set that as local time, but your clock on your aircraft is set for Zulu time, which is basically Greenwich Mean Time.
Got you. Just ignore that then.
Well, I think it sounds. What was the time again? You tell me the time again, and I'll work it out.
Yeah, takeoff time 1600.
Yep.
Time on target for waypoint 12 17:08:39.
Okay, so it's 1 hour 8 minutes flight time. Okay, I'll tell you what the Zulu time is.
Time showing an arrival time 31 minutes 43 seconds to waypoint 12.
Yeah, hang on a minute, buddy.
Who's got the music on?
Me. I'll switch it off.
It. Good-o.
Okay, setting time on target, which should be 13:08:39. Enter. Okay, so Zulu time on target 13:08:39.
Yeah, but I've got it in local time.
Yep.
My clock's running currently.
How do you set time on target? Target later.
Simon,
Okay,
I'm
Simon.
going to taxi very shortly. Otherwise, we're just going to blow the time.
Yeah, I'll take it up for you guys.
Simon, you need to go into data, waypoint data, and then you need to set your waypoint 12 under sequence to the target, and then there's a TOT button which we want to set then to the time I've given you.
We're
We're taxiing now, so don't worry about it. We'll have a look at it. I've got some CCTV data and stuff. I think you're next to go.
Roger, taxiing.
Just follow visual, Simon. It'll be a challenge for you. I just want to fly the first 3 or 4 legs just to make sure that the time on target carrot is moving in the right direction.
Roger that. Bob, do you want to take the lead and then me and Simon go in trail
Arrow
in arrow? Roger.
or arrow.
Roger.
Is this
Low level, then all the way.
Yeah, low level all the way.
So is that
Need to be catching up. Catch up
200?
if you can.
So it's 200, 420. Sorry, 200, 420.
250.
All right,
250 at 420.
Roger.
I have done a briefing sheet, but That's currently under construction. It's about ready, but we'll just give this a go and see what happens.
Roger.
Takeoff time is 1600.
Roger.
Sorry, nearly hit you.
Two is ready. Two is ready.
Roger, 2 ready.
3 ready.
Take off in 30 seconds. I'll give you the wind up very shortly.
Roger.
Enfield, 80% on the brake.
80%.
3 set.
3 set.
Releasing.
Releasing.
Burner, go.
Burner go.
Stand by, 420 set. Go. Yeah, it's 127.
It's on.
Decrease to 350.
2 is visual.
Speed to 250. I'm trying to bring the carrot in the right direction.
Bob, I think we need to be faster than this. My carrot is on the left hand side, it should be in the middle. Need to accelerate.
Yeah, mine's on the right hand side. Why is that?
That don't sound right to me, mate. Do you want
It
me
doesn't,
to,
does it?
do you want me to take
I've
the
had this
lead?
working once. The first time I flew it, it flew perfectly. But I can't get my carrot to work for some reason. I'm doing something wrong, obviously.
I think you're inputting it wrong somehow. The time element might be wrong that you're putting
Right,
in.
you got the lead. Got the lead. We'll work off your timing.
Alright, Roger, we're accelerating. I'll get you the right times. Okay, demanded airspeed is 420 knots. Two is visual on 1.
Take 1, I'll take 2. I'm going to come across to your right hand side.
Roger. I'll swap with you.
2.
Two line abreast, please.
2, Roger.
Five miles to waypoint 2. That's it, good Bob.
We'll turn this in place. I won't make any swaps.
Roger, we'll do this in place.
Waypoint 2 timing is 16456.
Making the turn.
Still with us, Simon?
Yeah, I'm telling you about 2 miles.
Demanded airspeed is still 420. 1 is visual on 2. Waypoint 3, 5.5 miles.
Two, 1, 5 miles.
Demanded airspeed still 420. Bob, you're in my 4 o'clock. Need to step it up a bit. to turn, please.
Three hands visual and 1 and 2.
You're very, very quiet, Simon. I could hardly hear you.
1 is visual on 2.
Two visual. 420.
Roger.
Well, at least the nav seems to be working. Apart from the bloody time, and I can't work that out. I don't know why that should be.
I might be able to help you set that up. Might be able to help you set that up.
Yeah.
Demanded airspeed is still 420.
Just as a matter of interest, the timing for correct timing for waypoint 4 should be 161220. That's 16:12 and 20 seconds.
Roger.
This next waypoint turn is a climbing turn because of the mountains. We're not far off the coast when we start the turn, and it's quite steep.
Roger.
"15 to waypoint 4.
Roger.
2 visual. You okay, Simon?
1 visual.
Crapping my pants, flying this low.
Simon, you've got an awful lot of echo. I think both your speakers are working.
Oh, that's deep joy of it.
Demanding airspeed still 420.
Roger, 420.
11 miles to waypoint 4.
Roger.
Six miles to waypoint 4.
6 miles, Roger.
I'll turn a mile before.
Roger, 1 mile before.
You're sneaking ahead slightly there, Bob.
I'm giving you room to turn.
Roger.
It's a full 135-degree turn when you do go.
Roger. And in 3, 2, 1, turn.
Got you.
And climbing. I'm over the mountain and coming back down.
2 visual.
One visual. I guess these mountains we have to stay as low as we can.
Yeah, I'm skimming the.
Roger. You're slightly ahead of me and we're a bit fast, so demanded airspeed is still 420.
Roger, 420. Yeah, I'm contouring as well.
New demanded airspeed of 410.
Too blind.
I think you're on the other side of the mountain.
Yep. Yeah, 2 visual.
One is blind. Demanded airspeed is 411.
Roger, 411. You're right, Simon.
Oh, bags of fun here.
I kind of lost you guys. I got you on my SA, but you're not with me. Do you want to
Yeah, I just got to. I can see you. You're high on the ridge. We're low in the valley off to your right.
Roger. Oh, come line abreast to me. Simon, you come in trail behind me.
Roger that, on my way.
Two visual.
Roger.
Two visual on 1 and 3.
New demanded airspeed of 399.
399.
1 is visual on 2.
2 visual.
This is 3. I backed off a little bit. I was picking up a lot of wake turbulence off of view 1.
Roger. Yeah, they've built that into the game mechanics now.
Yeah, that was interesting, going low level over a ridge and suddenly finding that your wings weren't doing what you expect.
New demanded airspeed of 380 knots.
Roger, 380. Two blind.
3 blind.
Guys, just look at your essays for now. Demanded airspeed 393.
393.
One is visual on 2.
2 blind.
On your 9 o'clock glow, coming about level now.
I have visual on both of you.
Two visual.
Demanded airspeed 380.
Roger, 380.
One is visual on 2.
2 and 1.
19 miles to waypoint 6. Demanded airspeed 379.
379.
New demanded airspeed of 410.
Roger, 410.
New demanded airspeed of 400. 400
0,
knots.
0. Say that again.
400 knots.
Roger, 400.
8 miles to the next waypoint.
Roger. Simon, are you clear visual on lead?
Roger 2, I'm clear on lead, I can see him. Not anymore, he's just gone blind on me dropping.
That's alright, it's starting to level up. Two visual.
Take the turn, Bob. Okay, Bob, you're a bit out in front. Do you want to just do a little loopy and give us a bit of time to catch up?
Stand by. I'll go left.
Roger. Tax away. Okay, Bobs, you're quite a way behind me. Demanded airspeed is now 416.
We're about 3/4 of a mile off the navigational track if you want to come left.
Roger.
Two visual, I'm 7 o'clock, you know, catching up.
Demanded airspeed 418. Now 420.
2 back in position. 2 visual.
I think you're formatting on me, Bob.
You know, Simon, I can't really tell.
I'm just looking at the SA, that's all.
I'm somewhere in between now.
Demanded airspeed 420.
Roger, 420. I'm definitely on lead.
20 miles to target.
20 miles, waypoint 6. Correct waypoint 6 time should be 16:31 and 30 seconds.
Roger.
Simon, if you keep your eye on the clock when you do turn, or when you see lead turn, just make a note of the time if you would, please.
Will do.
One is visual on 2.
Yep, 2 visual. I wish these trees would all grow to the same height.
Roger that. Bob, you're a bit close. Fan out a little bit.
Two visual.
Roger. We look a bit bunched up. Simon, are you very close? I think you are.
I'm probably within about half a mile of you.
Alright, okay. That's fine, Bob.
Speed.
420 knots.
Roger, 420.
Okay, turn, Bob.
Going high, I'm above you.
Roger.
I'm above you now. And
Got it.
visual.
Roger.
Mark, 12, I make it 12:32 and 18 seconds. That's Zulu.
Demanded airspeed 420 knots.
Jinking right.
Demanded airspeed 422.
$422.
1 is visual on 2.
2 on 1.
Three is blind, but I can see you on SA. Fuel note, gentlemen, I am at £8,700 of fuel.
That's 8.7.
6.9.
9.1.
6.9.
Yeah, I think you only took off with one tank, Bob.
Yeah, when I first flew this, I actually flew it on my own and got fairly close to the time. And I'd landed with £1,300 fuel. So I figured, but that was with no manoeuvring. And because I'd taken off with that idea in mind, Leeds obviously not flying as far as what 2 and 3 fly. They're doing all the manoeuvring. That makes sense.
I flew with 2 tanks, so I had about £15,000 of fuel.
Yeah, I'm okay so far.
Okay, 422 is demanded airspeed. Bob, you're falling behind. I've got visual on 2 and 3. .29 miles to waypoint 7.
Do you realise I'm putting in a big sacrifice here for you, gentlemen?
You've got your beer still willing?
My beer is crying behind me along with a nice packet of cashew nuts.
You're making my mouth water.
But that's what all the ladies say.
One is visual on 2.
Yeah, 2 visual. What's your height?
300.
It's supposed to be 250.
Roger. Yeah, well, I'll get into those damn pylons.
Yeah, 250 is just above them, I think. Famous last words.
That's reassuring. .20 miles to target, waypoint 7.
Oh yeah.
Demanded airspeed 420. Two is visual on 1.
Two's blind.
Have you, and you're 9 o'clock. Twelve miles to waypoint 7.
12 miles.
1 is visual on 2.
Roger, 2.
I'll tell you one thing, this bloody RAF camouflage is a nightmare if you're trying to trail somebody. Because immediately as we hit any kind of trees,
You
I
lose
lose
them.
you. Yeah. You just blend straight in. Beautifully works, but by God is it hard to fly formation.
2 miles to waypoint 7. Okay, Bob, take the turn.
It's got to be a better way than doing this, you know.
One is visual on 2.
Yeah, ooh, 2 visual.
Demanded airspeed 412. One is visual on 2. Demanded airspeed 412.
412 it is.
One is taking the turn.
Roger.
I think Will's going to have to listen to a board of inquiry when we get back. I think everybody in that high-rise building that I just literally burned over the top have now got no eardrums.
Did you dry the washing? That's what they're interested in.
Oh, I did that. It's all covered in spent fuel.
Demanded airspeed 408.
408, Roger.
£7,000 fuel.
Bob, what's your fuel state?
Stand by one. Five.
Roger.
I think I'm okay still.
Roger. 10 miles to waypoint 9. New demanded airspeed 425.
I remember doing this in a bloody Hercules on the flight deck as an extra set of eyeballs. The amount of trouble we did to avoid towns, and we're just flying straight over them.
Demanded airspeed 427.
427. 2 visual.
1 visual. Turn in 1 mile for me. And 1 in the turn. Going high.
2 visual. 2 turn in low.
Demanded airspeed 425. One is visual on 2. Sorry, Bob, say again.
All the turns are in 90s. Some of the legs are going to be 150 miles.
Roger.
I've emailed Will. I posed the question. I've actually asked him about the turns, and I think we might be better off calling like a 180 in place, and then if it's only a 135, it doesn't matter where it is as long as you pick the leg up.
Roger.
That way we're not going to crash. If we climb on, the first pair would climb, and the second pair could shout clear, and we could come back down again on the next leg. But I'm not sure whether Will would go for that or whether it's an adopted practice. I mean, that's what he's going to use. I got split up again. I'm catching you.
Roger. Demanded airspeed 426. I think my only observation, Bob, is this is supposed to be a low-level nav mission, and we're flying a route which is going over the mountains. So in a practical world, if you're doing a low-level mission to take out a target, you'd probably put together a navigation session which avoids having to go over the mountains and more through them or around them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but not sure what Will'd make of that, but I think that, I mean, Simon can comment. They do low level through mountains as it is.
Yeah, they try and stay in the valleys and use the mountains as radar coverage.
Yeah.
Because one of the things you probably have seen as we've been flying this is every time somebody pops up over a ridge, yeah,
Yep.
you become visual. And I'm here at the moment behind Yogi, and I'll lose him as soon as he goes down in the valley. I'll physically lose sight of him. But as soon as he pops up, I can see him. And in a combat situation, that also works the same for the radar.
Yep.
So I guess when you're planning a mission, you'd probably do it going through the valleys to the point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that.
There's a brief for this, a mission spec. 1 hour and 15 minutes.
That said, Bob, I am enjoying it. I've got to say, I'm really loving the mission because it's testing my skills and it's trying to keep us in formation.
Yep.
And it is challenging. Got to say, it's challenging because you're going over these mountains. I'm seeing you at the moment. You're slightly ahead of me. So, that's the challenge, isn't it?
Yep. Of course, it don't fucking help that I ain't got the right instrumentation. Turn in.
Roger. I think it was me to turn, isn't it?
Yeah, it was you to turn.
Sorry, I missed it. I was too busy chatting away.
Chatting, that's the problem.
So I would put a route navigation going through those valleys down there.
Yeah, but you've only got 12, 13 waypoints to play with.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
I
get it.
Five waypoints.
Yeah, right. You are right. Yeah, I suppose that's.
Now, what you do is you pick a node at each end, at the end of the valley. We follow the valley, but we don't follow the exact plot of the route.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some mid-ground, in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But ducking and diving, Simon, and keeping track of the time on target, what you call it, would be really difficult if you weren't flying in reasonably straight lines. If you follow me.
Oh, good God, yeah. You're it's a continuous process. I actually, I've only ever done this in inverted commas for real once. Would you believe that was for a German Luftwaffe wing commander? It was Fliegermarine, German Marine Air Force on an exercise. I actually sat down with him when I was an assistant air traffic controller with the auxiliaries, and I calculated out based on the fuel and burn rates, turn times. I replanned his mission to avoid a load of SAMs, which he didn't know was there. So I sat and rewrote it all for him with him just in a short time. And it's not as easy as it first appears. You think it's easy and it's not. You sit there doing lots of maths with it.
Yeah, I think Will's objective in the first low-level mission is precisely what we've done. We've pretty much stuck to time on target. We've had some of the conversation.
Time on target. Demanded airspeed 380. Bob, lost you.
It's okay. I'm 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock now. Behind a mountain.
Roger, got visual. Yeah, got visual. 380 knots.
380 it is. Two blind.
One has visual. Demanded airspeed is 400 knots.
Roger, 400.
Altitude. Altitude. Roll right. Roll right.
Demanded airspeed is 418.
418, roger.
One is visual on two.
Yeah, two visual. I'll push out to the right.
Watch the mountains.
I know they do quite a lot of low-level training up in Scotland, Simon.
Yeah, Scotland, Wales, and the Lake District, really. I've done low level myself in a hawk through the Welsh mountains.
Two visual.
Roll right. Roll right.
Simon, SA says you're right on top of me. Be careful, yeah?
It's only because I love you.
Be careful what you wish for.
Oh shit. Just to let you know, £5,000 of fuel.
5.6.
3.2.
Have you been taking lessons from Will Yogi with your inverted turn dive into a valley?
Yes. That's how Will told me to do it.
Presumably that's to stop pulling positive G's.
Yeah, would be.
Two visual.
Demanded airspeed 425.
45.
One is visual on two.
Two blind. I'm down to 3,000 pounds of fuel, but I'm going to see this one through because I'm just curious to make sure we make it.
Roger.
So if I
Should make it.
Is 12 our last waypoint?
Neg, the target. And the target time for it is 17:08:39. To visual.
In demanded airspeed 415.
Repeat 415.
Sorry, correction 420. 3 miles to target.
Negative, that's 11. Which 12 is the next waypoint, is the target waypoint.
Roger, sorry.
So we've got a steep turn back.
Roger. You got to turn in a minute. Wherever you are.
If you take it first, that keeps you on the track.
Right, taking the
Go
turn.
now.
Demanded airspeed is 428.
428.
Correction 430. I'm at £5,000.
4,001. 4.1.
2.8. Dang. Sorry, Simon. I nearly flew straight into you then. I lost you in the trees.
Yes, I mean this camo works really well.
Demanded airspeed 431.
Two visual.
Roger.
7 o'clock lead now. Ah, mine's working now. Why is that?
What's working, mate?
Can't believe that.
Demanded airspeed 430. Demanded airspeed 431. What's time on target again?
Don't buy one. 39.
.4 fuel.
4.4 fuel. Bob, what's your fuel?
Don't buy one. $220.
Roger. Should have enough. Just. $17 miles to target. Demanded airspeed is 428. 15 miles to target. Is it 0839, did you say, Bob?
Don't buy. $17.0839.
Roger. Demanded
10
airspeed
miles to target.
8 miles to target. Demanded airspeed
got
428. Six miles to target.
Bingo. Bingo.
1 mile to target. Mark. It's 130838.
I'll stay with just now, turning with the bus. Was the target the bridge?
Yes, sir. That's 17.0852.
I did 130838. Was my time on target.
Yeah, put me about 5 seconds behind you.
Well, that went fairly well.
Yeah, only 1 second difference. Okay, cruise.
Set a direct course for home.
Roger.
Isn't that waypoint 13?
Negative, that's the approach bearing. Yeah, so you can knock 10-15 miles off that by going direct. Well, I'll land straight in.
All right, you haven't got the fuel, so I've got the fuel, so I'm going to follow the waypoints, mate, and finish the mission. Simon, come line abreast to my right.
Roger that. I'm not exactly overflowing with fuel.
Oh, you've got still £2,600. Should be enough to get us home.
I'm 1340. I'm going to be pushing it.
Yeah, you head direct home, mate. Simon, 420 knots, 1,000 feet.
Climbing to 1,000 feet.
Okay, and setting heading for Kataisi.
Roger that. I'll make it due east.
Roger that. Heading 080.
Roger. Do you want to go line astern now?
Go arrow.
Going arrow.
Arrow right.
$1,000. 1999. I'm looking for a Tesco's.
Is the warning light? Is the warning light come on yet?
$960. I'm cruising as slow as I can. Interfere with your flight path.
Yeah, we'll be coming from west to east. One is at the initial.
You might see me visual very shortly.
Yeah, you're about 4 miles off our nose, Bob. Maybe 3.
Yeah, I'm going straight in. Gear down and finals.
One has visual.
Wrong button, sorry.
One is in the break.
Two downwind.
One gear down to land.
Too slow side.
Two. Finals, gear down to land. No visual with one.
Two clear.
One is on finals. Simon, I'm right behind you.
Two is down, far side.
One is down, right hand
Far
side.
Three clear.
One is slow side. One is clear. I've got to say, Bob, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm covered in sweat.
That was quite satisfying, I've got to say, and was a great test.
Well, I've sent it off to Will. He's had a look at it, and I think what we'll do is I'll email him, tell him what we've done, tell him that it wasn't that much of a problem, to be honest. But I still don't know why my what do you call it, vector.
Yeah, time on target.
Yeah, I have no idea why that was the case. It
Well,
never moved from the right-hand side, Yog. It was the extreme right-hand side of the box, all the way, except for halfway down the 12th leg to the IP, from the IP to the target, and then it suddenly came across.
It might be the timing was set wrong. Did you put did you put the original time of 16:08, or did you put the amended time that I said 13:08:39? I think it was.
The mission set up start at 15:47 with a takeoff time of 1600 and a time on target of 17:08:39.
Yeah, it might be the it might be those timings that you've put in aren't going to be right, because the Zulu time is different. So you're doing local time, we're doing Zulu time. The ship or the aircraft runs on Zulu time.
Right, got you. So
you got to amend the Zulu time, or to Zulu time.
yeah, it's me.
All right, okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll email